iPhone 5S iOS 10.2.1 versus iPhone 5S iOS 10.3.2 coming up right now. Let's go. So, what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, helping you to master your technology, and the iPhone 5S has been updated to the latest iOS 10.3.2, but over here I have one on iOS 10.2.1. I have not updated this since then on the Gold 5S, so we are doing this comparison here. So if you are on 10.2 version, this is a good video for you guys to go ahead and watch. But with that being said, let's go ahead and boot these guys up at the same time in 3, 2, and go. And just be aware that this is a 64 gigabyte iPhone here. This is a 16 gigabyte iPhone here. Both do have the Samsung processors, I believe, under the hood. You know, sometimes iPhones have TSMC processors. I believe both of these are Samsung processors here. But I will be back when they are done booting up. I'll speed this up. Well, as you've seen from the boot up test, the iPhone 5S iOS 10.3.2 was significantly quicker than 10.2.1 here for this 5S. Let me go ahead and confirm that I am running iOS 10.2.1 here on this 5S, and sometimes we don't update and we get lazy, so these videos can be helpful for those of you who have not updated yet. But you can see 10.2.1 here, 14D, 27 for gold. Over here on this guy, if I just simply go into general and I go into about, you can see right here 10.3.2 14F89, so the latest version there. Now we're going to do what we always do here for this test, and we're going to go ahead and close everything out and run a simple real world speed test where I lined up the same exact applications on both devices, and both devices are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. So let's go ahead and begin with Instagram here. So both devices are lined up, and let's go. And you can see Instagram is ready first on 10.3.2, and you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram here, _Nick_Ackerman. Link is down below in the description. I actually just posted something about fidget spinners. I just became aware that these are apparently a thing here on YouTube. Let me know down below in the comments if you want to see something on those. Coming home here, let's go into Twitter. And you can see Twitter should be ready to go first here on iOS 10.3.2. So 10.3.2 looking like a win so far. Faster boot up, and the first two apps are quicker. Let's go into YouTube here on both devices. And you can see YouTube should open first here for 10.3.2 as well, slightly. What's up, Casey? And let's go ahead and go over into Best Buy. And both these devices aren't quick. As you can see, you know, we're already about 2 minutes in on 4 apps. Neither one of these are super quick, but we are showing the differences between the software here. Uber, and Uber should be first here on, looks like the 5S iOS 10.3.2. So definitely a good, you know, speed there. Let's go into Wikipedia. And Wikipedia looks to be quicker there for 10.2.1. Coming home here, let's go into App Store. So let's go ahead and go into App Store here on both devices, and you can see App Store fires up first on 10.2.1. So 10.2.1 is coming back here a little bit. Let's go into Pinterest and see what happens here. And it looks like 10.3.2 takes that. So only a couple wins so far here for the Gold 5S on the older version. So definitely seeing some decent improvements here then going forward here. If you do decide to update to 10.3.2, you are getting a little bit of a speed enhancement here. Maybe that's due to the new Apple file system that they introduced. It does feel a little bit quicker there on 10.3.2. Coming home here, let's go into Amazon. And Amazon looks ready to be going there first on 10.3.2. Coming home here, let's go into a Pie Geek and see what happens here for a Pie Geek, and it looks to be done there for the 5S 10.3.2. Let's go into Temple Run. Let's see if gaming got any better here for the newer version. No, it looks like the older version was ahead. Let's try Jetpack Joyride here. See what happens here. Now this might be a little bit faster because it is a 64 gigabyte iPhone, so be aware of that, you know. More space to open up games and stuff. So yeah, that was quicker there on 10.2.1 here on the Gold guy. So let's go into settings, and you could see about the same there. I think a little bit quicker on the older version. Let's go into speedtest.net for both of these, And first there for the newer version on iOS 10.3.2, let's go into Safari. And this test should be basically showing you that if you were worried about updating to the latest version, that, you know, Apple is apparently slowing your device down. It's not really slowing it down too much. Now, I did find in my test that, you know, 10.3.2 was a little bit slower than 10.3.1, but, you know, that might have been because it was a fresh install. I might have to redo that test. Let's go into apple.com here, and faster there for the older version. Kind of shocking. Maybe I tapped it first. Let's go ahead and go into yahoo.com on both devices here. Yahoo.com here for the 5S, yahoo.com here for this 5S, and let's hit go. And you should see, yes, it was definitely quicker there on the older versions, but it's done here for the new version. So I'm going to give this one to this 5S. So basically what this is showing is that the speed is about the same there. You've seen a little bit more lag there in pulling up the control center for 10.2.1. So I'm liking the updates that I'm seeing here for the newer version over here on 10.3.2. In terms of scrolling, this has not changed at all. Absolutely no lags or delays. Their lock screen's about the same. So if we go ahead and unlock the phones, there's no difference here. This pretty much remains consistent across the board when it comes to iOS. Before we end this video, let's go ahead and run some multitasking really quickly here to see if anything has changed here. So scrolling through, I don't find any hiccups there on the newer version or the older version. In terms of holding the application in the background, it looks to be ready to go there first on the newer version. So multitasking improved so far for the newer version. Let's go into Twitter and let's see what happens here. So 10.3.2 again ahead here. So I'm not going to run through any more multitasking here. I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you got an iPhone 5S running iOS 10.2 version or earlier, it's a nice update to the newer version in 10.3.2 here for the 5S. As you've seen, most tests were actually winning here for the iPhone 5S, and it hasn't slowed down at all here on 10.3.2. So it remains to be seen what happens here for the 5S on iOS 11. So you might want to subscribe to the channel to see the beta coverage as well as the official release review coming later this year. Anyway, hit the thumbs up video if you enjoyed this video. Post your comments, questions below. Also, you can catch me on Instagram. You can Instagram, comment, or direct me. You can also find me on Twitter. Anyway, I'll catch you all on the next one. Be sure to be well. Nick here helping you to master your technology, and peace.